OMT Online Dynasty, we are back with your Old Dominion Monarchs here for our first off-season. We are going to see how this goes. So I think how we're going to do this, essentially I'm going to just record a little video each day, kind of going over every week from the players leaving through National Signing Day, keep you guys up to date with what's going on, see who we can end up grabbing, because I think that transfer portal is going to be very, very important for us if we want to keep our crown as the Monarchs, the American Conference champions. So this week, players leaving week, we were expecting this to not go well. It didn't go well. Let's just go look at players leaving. We tried to persuade a few guys. Didn't work. Great. Star halfback, Devin Roche. Could not be convinced to stay. The playing style was just too rough for him. His shifty, sidestep, 360, armbar, recoup. He's 91 speed, 93 excel. His season stats, 850 rush yards, 15 touchdowns, 34 catches, 454 yards. Why'd you have to leave us, Devin? Why? Now, we're hoping by some miracle we can get him back through the transfer portal, but I've already heard from a few league mates they are going to be going after this guy hard. So it's not going to be easy for us. We do have the pipeline though, so maybe, I don't know. I'm delusional at this point. You know, you guys will get to see this a lot quicker than I will. I have to wait a few days to see if we can get him back. You guys are going to see it in just a few minutes, but please, Devin, please, we are begging you to come back. We also did try to persuade our quarterback, Colton Joseph. He wasn't having it either. I mean, he played a lot better the second half of the season than he did in the first. I felt like we had some good momentum going there. Not to be. He is gone. But, I mean, season stats, he was pretty good for us. 21 touchdowns, 2,800 yards, 64%. Was able to run a little bit. I did like this guy, and it's going to leave a pretty big hole at our quarterback room. Those were definitely our two best players that even had a shot at coming back. We did lose this Mike linebacker, Koa Naotala. Didn't even try to convince him to come back, honestly, just because 76 speed. I don't know. I would want faster linebackers, so I wasn't super concerned about that. Another one we tried to persuade and failed, Mbanasaur. Made a couple big plays for us, honestly, despite his stats not being that great. 86 speed, 86 excel, 6'5" though was nice. And you know, he had a solid enough season for us. 357 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 drop. We are going to miss him for sure. We also let this Marquis James go. Again, just his stats weren't doing a whole heck of a lot for me. I think we can find someone better than, well, hopefully we just get Roche back. That's still our thought, still our hope. We were able to convince this freshman quarterback, Quinn Hennicle, to come back. 89 throw power, decent enough accuracies. Worst comes to worst, I think he will be our starting quarterback for next season. And yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully we can still find somebody in the portal, but I have no idea how the portal is going to go. I know in this dynasty we got a lot of people that do know how the portal works, so we are at a disadvantage. But we're going to try. We're going to fight, fight, fight. That is the slogan of the ODU Monarchs. We were able to get a couple more people to stay here too. Wide receiver Trey Brown. This was a big one. Speedster wide receiver, sophomore, was very good for us last year. 35 catches, 537 yards, 4 touchdowns. Didn't drop a single pass. 87 speed, 89 excel. We're hoping that gets bumped up a little bit for next year. We do have manual player progression on. I have no clue about the best way to spend points or do anything like that, so I kept mine on auto. We were also able to convince Ja'Cory Thomas, 6'3", only 85 speed, 87 excel. I don't think played really at all last season, but at least we got a little bit of wide receiver depth coming back. We did lose our fullback, Dustin Swift. Sorry, buddy. You can go. You can go. We also lost another Nyatola brother, the Sam linebacker, Seth, much like his brother. I'm assuming brother. That'd be kind of crazy if they had the same last name and weren't brothers. Just didn't really have the attributes that popped out to me here, so I was kind of okay with letting him go. We did try to convince this left tackle. We just need offensive linemen, so any offensive lineman that was on here, I was going to try to convince. There was only one, and it failed. But we did get our 63 overall Brandon Crutchfield corner, 5'10", but 89 speed, 88 excel, decent agility, decent change of direction. So if we can get him to boost up at least a little bit, we'll be in an okay spot. Then we lost all of our seniors, of course. Shout out Jason Henderson, projected round 1 draft pick. Guy was unbelievable for us. Look at those abilities. Look at just everything. 56 tackles, 24 for a loss, 7 passes defended, 2 interceptions. Goodbye, my sweet prince. You were the anchor for our defense, and you leaving is gonna hurt. So that's everybody we have got leaving. It leaves a lot of holes in the transfer portal. Really, I mean, our focuses have got to be quarterback, halfback, everywhere. Just everywhere. We need wide receivers, we need tight ends, we need offensive line, we need defensive line, we need secondary, we need linebackers. We just need whatever we can get. So I think we're just going to look by like pipeline, things we might have an advantage on, and snag the best we can hope for. So that's everybody we got leaving. For me, it's going to be a day. For you guys, it's just going to be a second. Let's get to week 1 of the transfer portal. And the transfer portal is here. Yes, my little frame thing changed here. We're getting into spooky season. Let's get into the spirit. Speaking of things that are spooky, how this recruiting has been looking so far for Old Dominion. You might see some flashing colors and lights coming from over here. I'm watching Army playing East Carolina. Game is about to start as I'm recording this. So here's where we're sitting. I've gone through, set everything up here for week 1. I think how we have this makes sense. I could be totally wrong on this, and we might end up changing. I don't know what I'm doing. We're figuring it out on the fly, but I think we're in a good spot. So for everybody we were going after that has not committed to us yet, I'm keeping the hours off of them, specifically the ones that don't have any other offers from anywhere else here anyway. Like our top 3, I don't think anyone's going to catch us here anyway. I'm okay keeping no hours on these guys. We are going to put some on this tight end so we can try to make sure we get him instead of Appalachian State. And this right tackle, UCLA is going to be tough, but hopefully they peel off a little bit. Go after somebody in the portal maybe. But everybody else, we're the only one offering. We're good there. We've got commitments from our agile offensive lineman, Mr. Padrino. Couple defense is the rest of the commitments we got here. That's kind of really where our main concern was. Defensive tackle, gap specialist, Tyler Sokol. And I don't have any of the scouting on these guys, or else I would show you. But I got nothing right now. I just saw 3-star and a archetype that we wanted, so that's what we went after. A couple thumper linebackers here, 3-star McDonough, 3-star Griggs, some secondary help with Gossett, Conrad, Beebe, and McKee. Now we get to the transfer portal. And this is where things get a little interesting. Number 1, Micah Alejado from Hawaii. I'm not going to remember where all these guys are coming from. I'm going to do my best. Him, I remember though. Originally, I was interested in this Patrick Creighton from Rice, but after looking at some more quarterbacks, we saw this guy, and I know he's like 87 speed in regs. That's kind of the nice thing of this being year 1. I didn't scout anybody. I just looked at how they were. They're like attributes in regs. I know it's not a 1-to-1. It's not always perfect to transfer over, but I think that's a good baseline for us to decide who we want to get. And this guy's awesome. He was like 87 speed, good throw power, good everything. We're going all in. We want to be able to snag this guy. So nobody else has offered him at this point. We are about an hour and 20 minutes from advancing to week 2. So hopefully it stays this way and we can just sneak our way in there. But Creighton is kind of our fallback option. We have a similar thing here at halfback. We have offered AJ Turner. He was from Minnesota and a stud from what I could tell. This would be a great... I did want to go after our old halfback Roche, but he actually had us X'd out. We weren't able to go after him at all, which is sad times for Old Dominion. But then as the backup for that, we have from Michigan, CJ Hester. He was another like 91, 92 speed or something. But we have a bronze pipeline on him. And I guess it kind of depends who else all offers them. But we have the blue pipeline on AJ Turner. That's kind of why I felt a little more confident and aggressive going after him. Yeah, we don't have the purple, but having the blue, I think, gives us a good shot to actually get that guy. We have no pipeline on Micah, but he already had us in first. So, in there, I mean, he's a Hawaii guy. There's not a lot of good pipelines to go up against there. We are trying to get a couple wide receivers here, too. Cameron Courtney, 3 stars. See, now I'm not going to remember. Maryland, maybe. A lot of these guys, I focused more on pipeline stuff, guys I'm hoping we'll be able to get. So, a lot of them were from, like, Maryland, Virginia, Virginia Tech, that kind of stuff. But with this pipeline, I'm pretty confident. I'm hoping we can grab Cameron Courtney. We also have Isaiah Johnson, another 3-star, another blue pipeline. Just would be massive for our offense because our wide receivers, we did get Trey Brown back, so that's good. But then if we could add 2 more 90+ speed guys, like I'm pretty sure these are, we'd be in great shape. I did have this left guard on here. I've pulled it off for now just because we don't have the hours to really spare. Once we get more, I think we are going to go after this left guard. We definitely still need some offensive line help. It's not good. It's not good, but I think we've had bad offensive lines. We can be okay with a bad offensive line again. Let's focus on other positions first, like edge, speed rusher, Walls. I think he was from Miami or Maryland. I don't remember exactly, but another blue pipeline speed rusher. Nothing fantastic about him, but our defensive line is just in the dumps, so we just needed whatever help we can get. It's kind of the same thing here with some linebackers, Trey Reddick and Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy I know was from South Carolina, and in regs he's 83 speed with robber, which would be massive. Reddick was also 83 speed. Get us a little bit more speed at that linebacker spot so we can either stay in our 3-3-5 defense, but the ultimate goal really is to switch to multiple 4-3 so we can start running some 6-1. I love 6-1, so the sooner we can get to that, but we need the linebackers to be able to do it. That's kind of why we're focused a little more on that spot. And then a couple more secondary pieces here. Des Ricks, I want to say was a Texas A&M guy who was 6'1", 90-something speed. And then Levine Scruggs, free safety, trying to boost up our secondary here a little bit. I think this is a good strategy. We're going after the pipelines where we actually have the advantage. I think it's going to work out good for us. We're not going, I mean, we're sticking with 3 stars for now, at least. We do have the 1 4-star halfback, but we have the blue pipeline on him too. So I feel like this can go so many different ways once we do this advance and get into week 2. I am on the edge of my seat. I am very nervous. I am very concerned about how this is all shaking out, but luckily for you guys. Oh, I also did forget to mention, I had some filters on the mic in the beginning of this part, and then once we got to this week, I took them off. So if it sounds a little different, sorry about that. But yeah, I'm very nervous for what we're going to see when we advance next week. I think this makes sense as a strategy, but there's only one way for us to find out. Let's just get to week 2. Portal, week 2, update. A lot did end up changing from week 1 to week 2. Here is where we sit. Here is what the plan is for now. Things can still change a whole heck of a lot. So through talking with you guys on the stream, we did decide it is best, we're the only ones offering, leave the hours off this guy. We even pulled off a little bit on this tight end in this right tackle. UCLA with that visit, I think that's going to be tough. But with the transfer guys we were going after, we did have to remove a few guys from our board here. We've added a few, we've moved a few things around. Quarterback, looking great for our guy, Micah, the Hawaiian warrior himself. The only one in on him. I'm still keeping 50 on him, though, because I want to make sure we get him. We need a quarterback. I think this is going to be our guy. He's a transfer freshman. Like, he could be our guy for a few years, so we want to make sure we grab him. We unfortunately did lose out on both of our halfbacks. We were locked out on the one from Michigan. The 4-star had a lot of offers from a lot of big schools, even with better pipelines than we had. I don't think there's any chance we were catching up to those guys. So halfback, we're just going to be rocking with Millhouse for this coming up season. Wide receivers, we're looking pretty good. This Courtney did get a couple other offers from Rutgers and UMass. We have the pipeline advantage, and we did go ahead and schedule a visit with him. We just need to make sure this offense can at least keep up a little bit. So that's our plan there. We're going to keep our 50 on Johnson and no other offers on him. So I think we're looking really good. We could potentially bring that down like we did with Mr. Walls. We dropped him down to 25. He does have another offer on Wake Forest, but honestly, this is one, if we don't get him, I'm not super beat up about it. I'm not super concerned about it. So we dropped that one down to 25. What we do want and why we opened up these hours is to schedule some more visits with our linebacker, Trey Reddick. North Carolina, with that pipeline advantage, has also offered him, is also in on him. So we went ahead and scheduled a visit. Try to stay ahead of them. We need some of these speedy linebackers in these spots. Reddick, Murphy, we're looking great on. No other offers. We've got the blue pipeline. Should be good there. This is where a lot of changes happened, whereas in our secondary. Not with Des Ricks. He's still looking good. He's still our guy. We went ahead and offered him, keeping our 50 hours on him. He's got the blue pipeline. All good, even with Ball State and Sam Houston offering him there too. But we noticed there were some 4-stars with interest in us as well that I just never noticed before. So we added to our board. Jeremiah Wilson. We got the week 2 visit. We got that locked in before Supersonic, and JMU got their week 3 visit. And Supersonic, by the way, somehow managed to con his quarterback and halfback to returning for another season at JMU. So Alonzo, the quarterback, and Petaway, the halfback, who gave us a lot of trouble last season, are back and going to be better than ever. And we lost everybody. We lost our quarterback, our halfback. We lost so much. He gets both of those guys to come back. Not a good start for our title defense here in the American. But hopefully we can at least get this this cornerback out from under his nose here. We're in a dead heat right now, so I don't know how it's going to work. We'll hope for the best. 3-star corner here, Quentin Taylor Jr., who we ended up adding to our board. Thanks, Bubba, pointing out he is a freshman. We could use a little youth in the secondary here as well. That's a good call. You're right. Let's get him on there. As well as Jamari Sharp from Indiana. So in the regs depth chart, he's a 94 speed corner, 6'1", the kind of guy we want. He has a second on the board right now. Offer him. We'll only put 25 hours on him right now because we are the only ones that have offered him. So that's kind of what we're thinking there. And then my boy from College Football 25, when we did an offline dynasty with Minnesota, Coy. This guy's incredible. He has us at number 1 right now, but Nebraska nipping at our heels with that. At least it's only a silver pipeline. That makes me think we at least have a shot to get him. He will definitely be a visit we schedule next week once we can. But all of a sudden, this secondary that looked so depleted and so bad, like real bad, if we can actually get these transfers, that's starters in pretty much every single position, our secondary is going to look brand new. I know there's a ton of color getting, there's a lot going on here. We got Arizona, Seattle Thursday night here. We got the college football over here. Army getting boat raced by East Carolina. And I actually switched. Now we got, I don't know if you'll even be able to see. It's a pigskin pig out from East Carolina, the Pirate. Pretty cool. Shout out Home Field Apparel. But yeah, and I don't remember if in this video we've gone over like the depth chart and everybody we have leaving. So I'm going to do that now. And obviously I'll leave it in the video if we haven't gone it over yet. But if we have gone over it, I'm just going to cut this whole part and I'll see you guys for Transfer Portal Day 3. So the ODU depth chart. So this is going to not account for any seniors that are graduating, but does take out everybody that transferred away. And this is our current quarterback situation. This is why we really need that Micah from, oh my gosh, what a throw by Sam Darnold. And a penalty. Sam Darnold just threw an absolute laser to Arroyo, which, by the way, for Thursday Night Football, if you guys aren't aware, there is like secondary feeds you can watch, and I'm watching like the Prime Vision with Next Gen Stats. You actually get like an overhead view of the plays as they happen. It's incredible. I highly recommend everybody check it out. I don't think did he actually not catch that? Please put in Kenneth Walker. He's my fantasy running back I'm using tonight against, who am I matching up with? My sister. Would love to beat her. They've got the ball at the 1. Anyway, ODU. We were able to keep Quinn. We had to persuade him to come back, but 72 overall, 77 speed. We do have this Holden Brown with pull down on time and mobile deadeye, so he would probably actually be the starter for us next season if we can't get Micah. But this is exactly why we're going so hard on Micah. Why is Charbonnet in the game for Seattle? Did Kenneth Walker get hurt? Because I swear, every time I'm looking, it's not Kenneth Walker in there, and it's Charbonnet, and he's getting stuffed repeatedly. Halfback, this may seem crazy, but I think yes, his real name is Hillhouse. I'm going to call him Millhouse. I think we're okay with him as our halfback. I think we are. He is only 71 overall as of right now. That might change going into next season. But 90 speed, 96 excel, safety valve, takeoff, and recoup. I think we're okay with this guy. So we're going to let him shine next season. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. Wide receiver. We need a lot of help. Wide receiver. It's going to be kind of a common theme. We have the 91 speed TJ Lott. We were able to convince Trey Brown to come back. 6'2", 87 speed. He's not bad. But then behind him, we got a whole lot of nothing. So that's why we really need those 2 wide receivers. Tight end, we are going to sign the high school recruit, and we are going to trust in Jalen Butler once again this season. He was huge for us in this past year. We just need him to step up and do it again. And hopefully we get a good boost on him for next year as well. Offensive line is a disaster. Total mess. We pretty much ignored it all year. I think it's a little too late now. It was a mess last season. It's going to be a mess this coming up season. And we still won 11 games, so we'll just keep ignoring it until next year, I guess, is our plan. Defensive line, also going to be a disaster. Spencer, oh, see, this has updated now. When I looked last week, it was still showing the seniors. Now it is not. So our left edge is going to be 68 overall Spencer. Right edge, this guy, Giles. God, and Charbonnet takes it for a touchdown. Fantastic, great. Our defensive line is going to be very bad. Very, very bad. We got one solid enough D tackle. So maybe in the last 2 weeks of the transfer portal, this is something we still have to look at. We did sign a couple guys like out of high school. We didn't do anything transfer portal wise though. Linebackers, we do have 183 speed here. Mario Thompson was pretty good for us in the 3-3-5 defense. But what we really want is to get more speed and better linebackers so we can get out of the 3-3-5 and run some like 6-1, go into multiple, I think I mentioned that already, go into multiple 4-3. Middle linebacker, real bad. We're going to have to move somebody to become a Mike linebacker because none of these guys, I'm sorry. No personal offense to any of you guys. I don't like the looks of any of you. Colbreth, I mean, yeah. We need linebackers. And we really need secondary. Look at this. We have 3 cornerbacks on the team. 3. They were all seniors. We didn't even have that many. We have 1,000 safeties, though. So our top 3 are all corners. They all stink. That's really why we're going really hard on corners. And then we get into our treasure trove of safeties. Just safety after safety after safety. But none of them are even that good. So our secondary, as it stands right now, is one of the worst I've ever seen. Period. One of the worst I've ever seen. This is why we're going so hard on those positions. Honestly, free safety, he's slow. God, why are some of these commercials so bright? He's very slow, which is a problem. Strong safety, maybe not bad. So if we get Coy, he would take at free safety. We could keep Isles up here. I mean, he does have Robber. He's only a sophomore. He's already 87 speed. I feel like we could do worse at strong safety, but corners and free safety, disaster. Defensive line, disaster. Offensive line, disaster. Those are, at least our corners and safeties should be addressed by the transfer portal and the recruits we got coming in. Offensive line, defensive line, the trenches. That's what we're going to have to figure out next time. So that's how the team is looking. That's kind of why we're going after the recruits we're going after. We'll see you guys for Transfer Portal Week 3. Hopefully we get some good news. We are just about to advance to Week 3 of the Transfer Portal. I did make one change. I think it's just one change in who we're going after here. And then we're just going to advance and we're all going to look together at Week 3 once that pops up. But thank you to Prez, who reached out to me on the Discord. He suggested a Penn State tight end. I added him to the board initially, and immediately this guy's deal breaker thing kicked in. Not the type of attitude we want in our recruits here at ODU. So guess what? We're done with you too, buddy, okay? We run a tight ship. We don't need that kind of stuff. But we added this tight end. Of course, I reordered him. Smart. Andrew Olish, the tight end from Penn State. Apparently he's a stud, freshman transfer, 6'5", 220, vertical threat, which is the archetype we want to go after. Seems like nobody else has offered him at this point, so I like our chances to grab him. But overall, here's where we're sitting. I'll go back up to the top of the board here. Actually, we probably just went over this, didn't we? Oh, no, maybe I had to move some hours around. I don't really know. I recorded that yesterday. We still got 25 hours on this right tackle here. I know I talked about the visits. Those are all still the same. Looking good on this guy. Yeah, I think all of this is stuff we went over already. The only thing new is our tight end Olish, and then we'll cut forward to when we advance to Week 3 here. Anything can happen at this point. I mean, we're going to get a lot of hours back just because of these visits. I think these were 20 hours each, something like that. So we'll get some hours back there. We can put on some other guys. Hopefully we start getting, I don't think we're going to get a commitment as of yet, but fingers crossed. We might just have to reuse those on visits again. So I'll see you guys at the advance, and let's just hope for the best. And here we go. Forced advance, Week 3. We did not, of course, we weren't expecting to get any full commitments. Our overall has dropped to 59 as of right now. Fairly devastating for us to see that, but let's see where we're sitting on these recruits. Again, I think we're totally fine just staying doing what we're doing on these guys. Nobody else has offered them nothing. But I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance we could still sneak this out and get that over Appalachian State. Seems unlikely. I think we're out on this right tackle. So we might take those 25 hours off of him. But everybody else, we're still fine. The big thing is going to be these dang portal guys. Micah, Buddy, still the only one in on him. Huge. We should be able, I think we can pretty comfortably say we're going to get our quarterback here, which is fantastic. We could still go in on this Creighton if we wanted to, but I don't really see the need to. Our visit here kept us in a pretty good lead on this receiver, Cameron Courtney. The week 2 visit worked out pretty nice for us there. It looks like, honestly, it looks like to be the same as Rutgers and UMass, but it is what it is. Only one in on this receiver, so we could pull some hours off of him, which is very good. Only one in on this tight end. This right edge, it's us in Wake Forest. We're off and running here. I think one more week we'll get this a Sam linebacker. This Will linebacker. Oh, see, JMU, sneaky little supersonic. We're going after a lot of the same guys because our schools are so close to each other. We are definitely going to visit week 4 here. Do we just do champion? No, playing time. A+, playing time. Get that visit in before Supersonics. Keep our lead with the pipeline advantage that we got there. Looking good. Ricks. What I'm thinking, we could take those 25 hours off of one of this wide receiver because nobody else is even in on him. We've got a gigantic lead there with the pipeline. The only one we even really have to worry about is potentially Clemson. So I think we take 25 off of him, put it on Rick so we can keep ahead of Sam Houston and Ball State here. But looking good. Us and JMU just neck and neck on Jeremiah Wilson, our 4-star corner here as well. 3-star corner, only one in on him. Our 3-star corner, only one in on him. Coy, this is the big one we got to try to get. We got to schedule a visit for him. We have to. We absolutely have to. I think we can do week 3 or week 4. I don't know how much this honestly helps us. Oh, we got playing style. Oh, no. Yeah, playing style. Perfect. You're getting a visit here too, buddy, for week 3. This free safety, we're still only one in on him too. Okay, I think this is setting up really, really nicely for us. I just got to think, where do we need to move some hours? I wish I had the ability to put more on this Jeremiah Wilson, but I unfortunately do not. And we had to guess at his thing for his visit. We ended up doing playing time. I think that's just a pretty safe bet. But yeah, I think we can take... We have to keep our hours on Reddit because 2 other people offered them. North Carolina actually has a pipeline advantage, but I think we're going to get him after this week. We're already down to 25 here. I think this Isaiah Johnson, we can take 25 off of him. So we're just in such a good spot with him. So we'll take our 50 off of here, put 25 on here, and then go put this 25 on Mr. Ricks. And also, part of the reason for this is I think our cornerback room is such a disaster. We went over that just a minute ago. I do remember doing that. I'm trying to make sure we shore up. I guess I didn't even need to do that. We still have 30 hours. But just trying to make sure we shore up our secondary, I think, is going to be really, really important. We could still look for another piece here. Either a halfback or we really need some defensive line help too. So I'm kind of thinking, and all these guys, I'm honestly, I'm out. I'm out on this right tackle. We can let him go to whoever the heck it was, UCLA. That's fine. So that leaves us 55, so then we can offer and put 50 hours on somebody new. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 corners that we're looking pretty good on. Free safety we're looking good on, I think. So I think we've got to look for a new position. New position for us to look at. Either halfback or defensive line is kind of where I'm thinking right now. If I sort by halfbacks, does anybody have us even high up here? 3-star Rodney Fields. And really the main thing we're looking for is somebody who doesn't have any other offers elsewhere. Yeah, see, Turner we were in on. We were going to try, but we had such a big pipeline disadvantage. I don't think it was actually really worth it. But I think, I mean, we've got some choices here still. I think we're going to have to go look and see between these guys. We're still in their top 5 and try to find ourselves a halfback. So we got Fields. I got to write these down and then I'm just gonna go look at the depth charts in the game, because a lot of these guys will still be on there. I know it's not going to be the one-to-one stats and everything like that, but it'll at least give us an idea of who we want to go after. So if we got Fields Jr. and Val, I'm hoping I get Fields Jr. because I'm not sure how to say that other guy's name, to be honest with you. Neither of them have offers on anybody. Perfect. UTEP's offered this guy. That one's going to be a little tough. We can just pass that. We just want somebody with no other offers. Hall at New Mexico. And then whichever one of these three we like the best. It's this or defensive line. I do want to see if there's any good edge. Let's see, we're still first on a lot of these guys' board. And I feel like we'll be okay with... I feel like we're going to be okay with Hill House. So I kind of think we go after an edge. Just what's the archetype that's best for edge? Is it just a speed rusher? This guy's a freshman, which I like a lot, coming from Miami of Ohio. Because the freshmen, I mean, they'll be our starters for a while. Power rusher from FAU. Oh, he's a junior though. But a 3-star speed rusher from Utah. I like the looks of that. Ohio State power rusher, junior. UCLA freshman speed rusher. Never mind, this is a guy we're already in on. Ignore me. Move on. 3-star Nate Johnson speed rusher. See, all these guys are juniors that are leaving like the higher end programs, but I think that's okay. I mean, we could... Oh no, he's got an offer from Colorado State. Anybody with an offer, I'm essentially out on right now. Air Force guy, pure power though. I don't know if I like that. Sophomore, pure power, offer from Army. Ooh, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? I mean, I think we need another edge, and we need an edge more than we need a halfback. So I think edge is where we're going to focus. And I think for this, we're just going to kind of throw a blind dart. I mean, I was going to say an Alabama guy or a Georgia guy. We can't go too wrong, but he's already got other offers by other people there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just take a guess on somebody because we can't waste the hours for scouting. So we're just going to go, we'll go with the Utah. Or do we just want a younger guy? We might just take this freshman speed rusher, this sophomore speed rusher. I'd rather have the Minnesota guy just because I like Minnesota. Probably not the best recruiting strategy. But, I mean, 6'4", 245 versus 6'5", 230. Both sophomores, both 3-stars. I mean, this guy's rated higher right now. Yeah, let's go with Jackson Howard for Minnesota. We're going to add him to our board. What I'm kind of tempted to do is we're going to go ahead and offer him. And honestly, this was another tip from Bubba, is just go through everybody who has me in first and just offer them all and hope nobody else does. So if nobody else offers them, we should be able to get a ton of these guys. So I think that's what we're going to do. Specifically on the D-line. I have too many targets. Ooh. I don't think there's anybody we can really... Like, I don't know if I remove these guys. Does that actually do anything? I don't think so, right? He's already signed. Can we get him off? Oh, we can't even get him off the board. It's just then, would we rather get recruits in or transfer guys in? And probably transfer guys. So like this guy, we're out on that right tackle. This tight end, we're out on. If we end up somehow getting them, that's fine. The halfbacks I kind of want to keep. The quarterback I kind of want to keep. But like these positions, I think we're okay. And honestly, on what I'm gonna do is get rid of this quarterback. And I don't think there's anyone else we really need to just get rid of at this point, because like we're the only one offering him. Let's just get our offers in on all of these guys, and then I might put. I got to find some more offensive line too. So we got a right edge, D tackle, D tackle. We need some offensive line and some defensive line. We got 3 more targets we can go for here. So we're just going to go, who's got us in first place? We're going to look offensive line. We'll look at tackle. We'll do 1 tackle and 1 guard. Or 1 tackle, 2 guards. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because we already got 1 guard on here. So go 2 tackles and a guard. And we'll just offer them. And then next week, if we have to put any hours on them, we can. We're going to go 2 tackles. People we're in first place on. Oh, and there's only 2. Perfect. Raw strength. And raw strength, sure, that's fine. We're in first on both these guys. No other offers on them, right? There shouldn't be at this point if we're still in first. So now we just offer, and then we'll have 20 hours once we get one more center or offensive guard. Either one I think is fine. And then hopefully, if nobody else swoops in here, we could just snag these guys right out from everybody else. Agile offensive guards, those are the ones I think I like because there are some like pulling run plays. But raw strength 6'5", 330. Excuse me, Mekhi Stewart. That's my guy. Oh, I'm on prospect list, not transfer portal. Let's go back to transfer portal. Were these prospects or transfers? Oh, transfers. Okay. I have a bad habit of doing that. Just looking at prospect list. Okay, so let's go back to transfer portal. We're gonna go, I do that wrong every time too. Go first, go offensive guard, and see there's the one we're on already. 6'3", 325, 6'4", 305. I'm just looking for a big old boy. If we can get some sort of big power boy, I think we'll be okay. 6'5", 330. That's a pretty big boy. 3-star from Arizona State. Yep. Add him to our board, and then we'll throw 10 hours on 2 different guys. Just in case. Just to give us a little bit of breathing room. We're going to go our edge here. We'll just DM you. And we need so much help just over the board. I'm hoping nobody... Luckily, this video is not coming out until after the transfer portal, and I'm not streaming this part. I streamed after day 2, so nobody knows what we're doing here. I like this setup. As long as nobody else comes in and swoops in with some offers on these new guys we're adding. I mean, we're going to have almost an entire new starting 22. It's gonna be at least like a new starting 18 or something like that. But this is how we're gonna have our board going into the last week of the portal. I like it. I kind of like it. We're getting our offensive line help here eventually. We did neglect it maybe for too long. Same with defensive line. But we're gonna have a whole new secondary, which desperately needed. We're looking to have these 2 new linebackers, which is huge. Gonna get some more help there. Gonna get this allegedly superstar tight end. If Perez was lying to me, there's gonna be hell to pay for that man in San Diego State. I'm a petty commissioner. I will levy sanctions if you lie to me about a recruit. 2 wide receivers and our new quarterback. I think this is coming together nicely for ODU, but we'll see next time. Well, not next time. Again, for me, this is gonna be a day. For you guys, it's gonna be the blink of an eye. And here we are, the start of week 4 of our transfer portal. We did get a couple of commitments. We got 2 added to our board here. We take those. we're glad to get 2. All these high school recruits that we're in, still the only one offering them, still in the lead on everybody. Still good to go there. These are all the high school guys we signed already. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the important things. Quarterback, still the only one in on him. Should be golden, should be good. Cameron Courtney. It's going to be close between us and Rutgers. I think we're okay here. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we're okay here. Isaiah Johnson, good to go there. Tight end, great. Left guard, TCU. So this is something we had to change hours-wise. I put more on this Will Saxton because I saw TCU going after him as well. So we put 50 hours in on him. We'll see, maybe we'll do a visit here at the end as well. Oh, Arkansas, you dirty dogs, coming in after this right guard with the blue. We might have to pivot and find a different right guard for us to go after. They're different offensive linemen. Walls, we still got a good lead on here. Wake's trying to catch up a little bit. I don't think they will be able to. Only one to offer Howard. Only one to offer. Perfect. We got, how did we? Playing time. Ooh, we have too many corners on our board. And that visit did wonders for JMU on this guy. I don't think we'll be able to catch up there. So we could just take him off our board completely. We got to put more hours on this sharp. And we got a good lead on Coy with our visit. We got the lead on Coy. We're the only one here. Coy is definitely somebody we need to... Let's see if we can do like a hard sell, something here. We only know 2 of his pluses though, and one of them we're not even all that high in. We could just stay with this. It's got coach prestige, which is our highest conference prestige and playing style. I don't know if I've seen anybody ever interested in coach prestige though. I feel like it's probably championship contender, if anything, with those two. Or do we just keep it as is? Just keep our 50 on them and hope that's enough to keep us. I mean, that should be enough to get us over Nebraska, I think. But so we got to get, because we do want this Ricks. I don't think we're going to get this Jeremiah Wilson, so we might just pull off on him. I don't think there's a chance we catch JMU on this. And if we do that, hopefully that's going to keep Ricks up here. And we have a big enough lead. He is visiting Sam Houston, but I think we have a big enough lead. We will be okay. I think we got to pull off on this Jeremiah Wilson, though. Just think you got it, JMU. You're good there, boys. And then hopefully that's going to update back for next week. I guess it doesn't really matter because this is the last week anyway. But we did get commitments from both of our linebackers, which is massive. So now we got a ton of hours to go around. We got one more target we got to get. Oh, and actually we can just go ahead and take this guy off because I don't think we're going to be catching Arkansas anyway. So we got to add another left guard, not another corner, maybe a strong safety, or just two offensive linemen, like a guard and a center that nobody have offered. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. That's all we got, is if this makes sense. So if we go interest level and if we try to find ourselves another guard, if we have one in first with no other offers on anybody. He's got an offer from TCU. He's got offers right here. Scroggs looks to have no other offers, so we'll go ahead and add him. Then we'll look at a center. Then really we can have an entirely new offensive line across the board. And we kind of got our choice here. You saw a couple guys. Agile. This guy's younger and bigger. I like that better, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and add him. Is there anybody else worth? Nah, we'll just go after these two. We're just gonna offer both of them. Then we got some more hours to span out here, maybe set up some visits, things like that. We're gonna offer here, put just a few hours on each, just in case anybody else tries anything funny. Then what else do we want to do? I mean, I don't even think we have to really. We need more hours on it. We for sure need to do that. So let's go ahead and get 50. Or do we schedule a visit? So we just don't know anything about him though. So I think we just go 50. If we knew like what he was interested in, if it was playing style, then I think we would just go do with that. But I think if we just stick with 50 here, he's going to have no other visits. We've got a pretty big lead. I think we'll be okay. I think. Is there anyone else? We'll up our stuff on walls here too while we're at it. Why not? We got the hours to use. This is the last week of the portal anyway. So let's just go as far as we can. Can we offer, do a week 4 visit with you? See, again, we offer nothing. We offer nothing to this guy, so never mind. We won't do a visit there. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything else we can really do about Courtney. We'll just have to keep him where he's at. Don't need to do it. I mean, honestly, I think this is about it. We got 35 out of 35. I don't think we need to put any hours on anybody. We might as well, I guess. Why not? It's not going to hurt anything. I don't think we have anything else we can really use them on at this point anyway. So let's just go ahead and throw 50 or 25, 25, 25. And hopefully Rick's. Hopefully we keep this lead for Rick. So if we don't get him, then at least we still got 3 corners and a couple safeties. Some more offensive line potentially coming in here as well. Yeah, we don't need to do anything. There's nothing more we really can do with him. I don't know what Sway does. I'm going to be honest with you. And you know what? Let's just look at it. Successful. This will add your chosen ideal pitch as the recruit's ideal pitch for your school. Easier to sway when part of the proposed matches. Okay. So We could go that one. Do we have a conference prestige, playing style, and coach prestige? That would be good. Or a championship contender, excuse me. Doesn't look like we do. So we might just have to go with, is this even worth doing? Or do we just kind of let it, or go with this? And hope that's enough, or do we just stay on 50? I kind of think we just stay on 50. And hope that's enough for us to stay ahead of Nebraska and get Coy. And get our secondary boys here. And hopefully have a big enough lead here to stay on this guy. So that's how we're looking here to wrap up the transfer portal. All 35 spots accounted for. All 35 scholarships offered. If we end up getting all 35, I think that's going to put us in a pretty good spot. But we will see tomorrow, for me, how this all plays out. And finally, it is here. We are through the transfer portal. We are on National Signing Day. We can see the entire class ODU is bringing in the effort to repeat as American Conference champions. We got all those high school guys we were in on. Get some youth. We can't just build through the transfer portal. Correct. We did make a few changes position-wise. We did a few position changes here that'll show up on board. But here's the end of our high school recruits. Then we get to our transfers where we got our quarterback, Michael Alejado. Now we'll go over to scouting so we can see their developments. Pretty much all the high school guys we got were normal. I think there's one or two that weren't, but almost all of them. We got the impact, Michael Alejado. We did end up losing out on Cameron Courtney to Rutgers. Really thought we were going to be able to snag him, but that week 4 visit was just a little too much. He ends up going to Rutgers. We did get Isaiah Johnson at wide receiver, though, impact dev trait, and our tight end star dev trait. Thank you, Prez. I think you were right about this guy. He looks incredible. Andrew Olish will be our tight end. We got all of our offensive linemen. Pretty much going to be an entire new starting line that we got here. Right tackle, left guard, right guard, and center. And I know people in the Discord were talking about how ourselves and James Madison were like 1 and 2 on everyone's transfer board. I don't know if that has something to do with our coach abilities we have on, because we did get up to tier 3. I can show you guys in a second. But we did get up to tier 3 on like transfer portals are more interested in you in pretty much every position except halfback. So I don't know if that plays a part of it or not. We got a pretty much whole new defensive line. Right edge, Mr. Walls. Left edge, Mr. Howard. Star dev. Normal dev on Walls. That's a little unfortunate. With both of our D tackles, Dylan Johnson and Benedict Uma. both impact devs there. Our linebackers, Mike, we moved Sean Murphy to be, he's going to be our Mike linebacker with his star dev. Trey Reddick, Sam linebacker, impact. We did get 3 corners. No, we technically got 4, but we did a position change on one of them. We're going to keep at corner Des Ricks, impact. Quentin Taylor Jr., impact. Jamari Shar, impact. And we did get Koi Parrish. This was our big fish in the pond because he's a koi fish. You get it. Star dev, 4-star. This guy looks insane. So happy we got him. We also got Le'Veon Scruggs. And then we moved this Jalen Davis Robinson, 6'1", 190. We moved him to strong safety. So now if we go look, I'll show the coach really quick, then we'll look at our depth chart really quick, and that's probably going to be it for this little off-season thing. I don't think there's anything else coming up for us to go over. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be it. So we were a recruiter coach, and we got level 3 in all of these where the positions are more interested in the transfer portal. So I'm assuming that's why we were high up on enough boards. Either way, we'll take it. If that's the reason or not, I ain't going to be complaining about it. So if we look at our roster as it stands right now, we haven't gotten any training results yet. We do manual progression. I'm going to keep mine on auto just because I don't want to go through and do all that. I'm sure it's going to hurt the team in the long run. It is what it is. Alejado is going to be our quarterback 1 for sure. He's already got downhill and option king, 74 overall, 87 speed, 89 excel, 87 agility. Pretty good accuracies here too. Throw power is not the best, but 85 short, 79 medium, 72 deep. He's going to be our guy. 100%. That's our man. Halfback, I think we are going to keep Hillhouse as our halfback 1. I am kind of tempted to do one last position change at wide receiver, where we see Isaiah Johnson in the spot, 90 speed, 77 overall, pretty much taking away wide receiver 1 right away. But Naeem Abdul Rahim Gladding is who I'm thinking of moving to halfback, because he'd still be a 74 overall. He would lose his shifty ability, though, which is kind of the main reason I would put him back there, is because he has that. So I don't think I'm actually going to go through and do that. But at tight end, this man, Andrew Rolish. 86 speed, 6'5", already has bronze 50-50. And we did make a playbook change that we'll see in a little bit, where we're probably going to run a little more 2 tight end set. So we're going to have him and Butler on the field quite a bit. I think that's going to be a really good tight end combo for us to have. Here's our new left tackle. Not even going to try to say his name. Left guard, Will Saxton. Center. I'm pretty sure these are all of our transfer guys. I'm pretty confident across the board on the line is all of our transfer guys. But it looks a lot better than it was. Our overall was down to a 59 before we got all these transfer guys, so that helped us out a lot. Already up to 66, higher than we were last year, and we haven't gotten any of the training results in yet. So hopes are high. Left edge, Jackson Howard. Right edge, Mr. Walls with silver quick jump. Thank the heavens we finally got a quick jump on this team, and he was just a freshman. He's going to be on the squad for a while, unless he transfers away, which he might. We have way too many D tackles. We haven't done our roster cuts yet. D tackles definitely going to get cut, and it's even worse at one position coming up here. So Reddick, we moved to Sam linebacker, 81 speed. I think he's going to be our guy above Culbreth. It depends on how the training all goes. Murphy is going to be our Mike linebacker. Our Will is going to be Thompson. So we have 3, still not where we want them to be yet, but getting there on our linebackers. So we'd love to see that. Now, our secondary, still not looking great, but thanks to the portal, we at least got 81, both seniors, so they'll only be here 1 year. But we did also get, I think it was Taylor Jr. was the one from Iowa State, another 90 speed, 6 foot. So not the highest overall, but at least he'll be around for a little while while these two are going to be gone, even though they are going to be heading up our secondary. And honestly, the way this depth chart is shaping up, I do think, and here's Coy, by the way, 91 overall, 91 speed, all those abilities. This guy's incredible. I might play him at wide receiver too. But the way this depth chart is set up, I am thinking of going to some 6'1" this year. I think we've got not all the speed at linebacker, but I think they're fast enough, and it's just our cornerbacks are so bad. So if we're in 6'1", it'll only be Ricks and Sharp on the field for our corners. So it's kind of tempting, and this is why we moved Davis Robinson up here. The rest of our strong safeties left, they weren't great. Maybe they got Robber, so they could still come down and be at like a sub linebacker potentially. But we'll put our 91 speed 6'1" guy up at strong safety. I think that makes the most sense. So that's how our depth chart is looking. That's how our portal went. I think overall a very successful season and off season for ODU, but I do think this is going to be it up until we get to the week 0, get to our start, get into year number 2. So that's kind of just the full recap of our off season. I will see you guys next year.